Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. My name is Star Raptor. Welcome back to the channel. It's time to talk about some Star Wars comics. Today, we have an adaptation for Obi-Wan to talk about, as well as Darth Vader issue number 38, tying into Dark Droids. Before we get started, if you like comic book talk in the Star Wars galaxy, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel for a positive Star Wars community to be a part of. Isn't that going to be so cool? So, just jumping into Obi-Wan Kenobi. Issue 1, I think there's going to be 6 here, written, of course, by the legendary Jody Houser with the awesome artwork by Salvador Larroca. So, I got my hopes up a little bit on this one, guys. I thought that maybe since this wasn't tied into the Mandalorian verse, we know how secretive John and Dave like to be with their content, that maybe since the Obi-Wan series is completely done, that we might get some liberties taken in this first issue for some cool things to elaborate more on, and we did not. This is quite disappointing, I will say, because there's actually abbreviations and a lot of the things that end up making it feel even more shallow than the actual show was, and spoiler alert, I was not really happy with the show. So we'll see if I even get another issue of this. I think the artwork is great. Salvador Larroca, this is where he should be in adaptations, because I think a lot of times we said in the first volume of Star Wars that, hey, or Darth Vader, hey, why is this character looking like he's being pulled exactly as a replicant from Empire Strikes Back or something like that, right? Whereas if it's an adaptation, then he's the guy to get to mimic exactly what he sees on screen. So I think he's a good fit for that. The artwork in general looks great. Ewan McGregor's likeness is done great by Salvador, but yeah, I just wish this took more swings. Getting into the crux of the episode tonight, we have Darth Vader issue number 38. This one's called Executor Extrapatis. I'm not even sure what Extrapatis is or if I'm even pronouncing it correctly. But this is, of course, written by the great Greg Pak with Raphael Anko on pencils. And we had a big cliffhanger where the Executor was taken over by the Scourge, and Admiral Piet is on board, and then we have the Imperials coming in to basically destroy the Super Star Destroyer because they can't let this infection go throughout. So in this, we have basically Vader just taking down legions upon legions of these possessed Scourge droids, B1s, B2s. It looks fantastic. Remember, he's still having trouble, using the Force at this point or channeling it. So he's using that shield to basically shoot these giant blasts of energy. And then we have this whole concept of Vader trying to shut down the droids remotely. The failsafe has gone offline, of course it would for the droids. So he's over there having to protect Zed and G9, I believe, or whoever else is over there trying to fix that. In the meantime, you have the Imperials that are about to destroy the Super Star Destroyer with Vader and Piet on it. But the Admiral that's in charge of that task force said, hey, once Piet gave me an extra second to do what I wanted to get onto this ship before it jettisoned out, he saved my life by giving me 1 extra second. So this Admiral feels like he has to return the favor to Piet, as he should. So instead of just annihilating the Super Star Destroyer, he decides to send some rescue craft over there. Wasn't a great idea because instantly they're beset upon by the Scourge droids. That allows their KX droids to turn on their captors, takes them all out. Next thing you know, that Admiral's ship is taken under control by the Scourge, and once Vader and his droids shut down all the droids, Admiral Piet resumes control of the Super Star Destroyer, and, well, he gives his other Admiral 4 seconds to basically get that ship under control. The same 4 seconds he gave him before previously in his life. And, well, nothing happened. That Star Destroyer is completely possessed, and that causes Piet to fire run ready, and he destroys that. Meanwhile, you have Vader that left the Super Star Destroyer to go to Mustafar to incite some information from the Eye of Webbish Bog, looking for him to have power. And Eye of Webbish Bog basically talks about power is handed down like the tail of Darth Plagueis the Rise, and that gets Vader to basically go back to the Emperor, and that's where he's going to now. Then, of course, his droid Zed was possessed by a Scourge droid, and then went to the Techno Union facility on Mustafar to get one of those big walker droids to work for the Scourge. So now there's a huge problem on the horizon. As far as this issue is concerned, I had problems with it. I think there's really a lot of wrong that is done with having 2 characters that are admirals that are both on Star Destroyers, so it looks like they're in the same environment, and they look like they're the same person. They're both these middle-aged white guys. It's like, I can't tell the difference really in some of those panels. So when they're referring to another admiral, I'm getting straight up confused. So I wish that was cleaned up a little bit. I think there's a lot done in this story. Seems a little bit disjointed. This really wasn't my favorite issue, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about both of these comics. Let me know in the comment section down below. For more on Star Wars, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. That's going to do for me, Star Raptor. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Star Raptor.